So, what is the definition of woke? What is woke? What does this term mean? Wokery, Wokism. Because up until about 5 or 10 years ago, you're probably or possibly like me, you'd never heard the term woke. It's only in the last 5, possibly 10 years at the very, very most that I've been hearing this word. And now it's everywhere. And depending on which section of society or which side of the debate you're listening to or tuned into most of the time, or the people you meet or take notice of, it's either something, a concept which is evil, from the devil, the cause of so many of our ills and issues nowadays. And then for other people, it's the extreme opposite. It's wonderful. It's everything that's right and good and positive, and it's the answer to many of our issues. It's a wonderful thing, an ethical thing. So yeah, for some, it's a wonderful, ethical, lovely, positive, humane thing. But for the other half, because things have become very tribal now, haven't they, in society? For the other half of society, or the media, or for the other half of the commentators in the media, woke is something of the devil. It's a cancer. Now, what is the actual definition of woke then? Because people that are for woke, people that support it, people that like it and endorse it, say it's all about being a good person, about being kind, about equality, about justice, about decency, about ethics, about generosity, charitableness, empathy, compassion, equality, justice. It's about those things. Now, very few people would argue against those things. Most people agree that those things are good things. I'm sure you do. 95% of you would, if not more. I would say those things are a good thing. If I was just hearing the term woke for the very first time, aged 18 or 21, I would say those are really good things. How would I argue against those things? But for other people, woke, so the definition of woke, strictly speaking, is equality, justice, kindness, empathy, compassion, decency, social cohesion, charitableness, etc., etc. But for the other half, woke is a terrible, disgusting, bad, cancerous thing, and it's getting worse, and it's the cause of so many of our ills now, and underpins everything that's going wrong, and it's a terrible thing. It's not an ethical thing. It's not a kind thing, or not a humane thing. It's exactly the opposite. So, depending on who you listen to, woke, or wokery, that's a new word, isn't it? Wokism, have two extremely different definitions, polar opposite definitions. And we're hearing the term all the time, as I've said before. For some people it's wokery, wokeism is a beautiful thing. For other people, it's of the devil. It's an evil thing. It's the cancer, quite literally the cancer of politics and much of our media and society now. So, what is the definition of woke? What does woke mean to you? What is the correct definition? If you are anti-woke, which I am largely, I'm very anti-woke in many ways. If you're anti-woke, explain why you're anti-woke. What's the definition of woke to you? Why are you anti-woke? Why do you hate woke? But if you are woke, in inverted commas, if you're a woke person, you think it's a wonderful thing, why do you think it's so good and wonderful? I want to hear the definitions from both sides and clarify what woke means, because things have become very tribal and divided on this, haven't they? And people really are not understanding each other on this issue, on this definition. They're not seeing eye to eye, and they're misunderstanding each other terribly, and there's a real tribal sort of polarization at the moment on woke or wokeism, wokery. So what is your definition? And if you're for it, why are you for it? If you're against it, why are you against it? And if woke is all about decency, empathy, compassion, humanity, justice, equality, then why is it a bad thing for you? And how has it become demonized? What is woke? We need a clear definition, because those that are using the term all the time negatively, those that hate it, I'm one of those people to an extent, but I think I try to explain what I mean and why I hate it, why I'm against it. Those who brandish it around in a negative way are not explaining clearly. Obviously, they're not explaining clearly what they mean and why it's a bad thing. They're just sort of shouting at the other side kind of thing. And those that are for it feel offended and upset, and they support it. And but their explanation obviously is not resonating with people that are against it. So how have we got to this place? And let's clear this one up, this polarized debate. What do we mean by woke? Why is it a bad thing or a good thing? How is it any different from, if it's not compassion, justice, humanity, decency, empathy, things that most of us agree are good things, social justice, equality, most of us agree those are good things. So if it's not those things, then what is it? How come it's not those things? Why is it defined as those things if that's not what it actually is? So what's the difference between what it actually is, in your view, and what the official definition is? So yeah, enough waffle. I think I've probably gone up to about 6 minutes now. Oh no, we're on 7 minutes. Oh my goodness. It's supposed to be a 2 or 3 minute video. So wokery, wokism, and woke. What does woke mean, and what is your definition, and why is it a good or bad thing?